Why did I let you convince me to play this?
Because you love me.
I do. Why?
Because I have great taste in games.
Great taste?
Yes!
Yeah, you do. Ugh.
You expect me not to show you a game. Then I say this game... I said this game is a meme before we started recording.
You did. You really did. Oh, man, this is so bad. Okay. I think we're ready. Alright, let's try that again. Man, we're so lucky the Wii U has 8-player Smash. I mean, Stomp. I'm excited to crush you, Shane.
John sucks.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Hey!
Hello, guess who's here? Jared entered without knocking, a bright smile on his face.
Hold on, what?
Oh man, Shane got here before me?
Did you fail to see me leave?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I was hoping you were in the bathroom or something.
Oh, this is me. We brought extra controllers.
Does anybody knock around here? No, why would we? To be polite?
Huh, girls and their ridiculous social constructs.
What? An intricate knock clattered through the entryway, and I pointed towards the door in defiance. See? Someone knocks!
Morning.
Of course, it's Satch.
Alright. That's you.
Hello, I brought bagels. Figured we didn't want a repeat of last year. My stomach grumbled, and she turned red. That's what I thought.
Ah, that's my husband.
What? You're perfect.
You're the best partner anyone could ask for. You truly are the best of us.
As you ask for one normally, I brought enough for everyone. Jared leaned his head against Sasha's shoulder and turned to whisper into his ear.
I knew I could trust you. Okay, well then. Everyone pick a place to sit. We'll hand out bagels and then we'll get started.
I scuttled to the side of the room against PBG's bed, next to mine. We'd been sitting with him at lunch, but it wasn't until just now that I realized how crazy having all normal boots guys in one room could be. 9 adolescent men in one room. Not to mention all friends, all part of the same club. Their personalities mingled in different ways, and I almost couldn't focus on the myriad of inside jokes, shouting voices and flailing limbs. That is, until the character selection screen came on. In the blink of an eye, controllers were gone. PBG glanced over at me, noticing I didn't have one, offered me his. Not really. I'm not good at these kinds of games.
There's no way you're worse than me. Or Jimmy, for that matter.
Seeing as he didn't want to take no for an answer, I grabbed the controller and selected the character. Turby! He was cute and bouncy, even though he didn't seem super powerful. He looked easy enough for a character for a beginner to grasp. Although, there was something in the eyes and beak that seemed a little...
Yeah!
Is everybody ready?
I swallowed hard, the controller already slippery from my sweat. I never played Stomp before, though I watched others do so. I looked at the buttons on the controller, trying to guess at what button did what. One of the top buttons probably jumped. Obviously the analog stick moved the character. They selected a stage. Something with cute little houses and smallish animals moving around in the background. And the countdown began.
Animal Crossing. Nice.
It's not Animal Crossing.
Is it not Animal Crossing? What is it? Oh, is that the kitty one?
Nope.
Harvest Noon?
No.
What is it?
It's not Animal Crossing.
I'm trying to think of the Smash
It's not
stages.
Animal Crossing. That's what it is. Not
Not
Animal Crossing.
I'm not slow.
It took you a whole minute to figure out that it was not this world's Animal
I'm sorry.
Crossing.
It's not Animal Crossing. It was Animal Railroad.
Animal Intersection. There were buttons on the back that clicked when you hit them, but I didn't know what they did. 3. Oh, there was a weird blue button on the top right, but not on the left? 2. And another analog stick? What was that for? The camera? How could we all control the camera at once? 1. Oh no! Go!
Die, Shane, die! What the hell? Attacked everyone, not just me. But you're my mortal enemy. Josh, what was that for? I wasn't even fighting you. You were wide open and death waits for no one. You're next.
The battle began, and in a display of slight mercy, the boys left me alone to wander the field and get the sense of my character. Oh, so that does jump. I hit the button again and again and again, watching my character float higher and higher toward the sky. I can fly! My joy was cut short as a Noke ball emerged from nowhere and pegged my pink blob in the eye. I fell off the side of the screen despite trying to get back up. It wouldn't let me. Why?
Ah, look at you.
Kirby can kind of hover for a while, but eventually he gets too full of air and has to land. Otherwise he'd be OP. Oh. When in doubt, down B. Down B? In the commotion of the match, curses and death threats mixing with the cloud of controllers, nobody was listening to what Nick was saying. The key to getting someone to hear you in this commotion, it seemed, was shouting their name at the beginning of your sentence.
Gerard! Satch!
I frowned as my pink little blob fell back to the map. Following Nick's advice, I hit down B. A cloud appeared around my pink guy, and it became a rock. What? I don't understand. What would a rock do? I repeated the move multiple times, always turning into a rock of some sort on the ground, never hurting anybody near me. Suddenly, an explosion rocked the ground, and my Turby flew into the air as I hit down B.
No!
No! To my surprise, he formed a rock and fell, directly onto JonTron's head. His Nario seemed to fly off the screen and died. You're on my shit. Oh, sorry, that's you.
You're on my shit list.
I'm very sorry. It didn't take long after that for me to die five pitiful, painful deaths. But as my little Turby tumbled off the screen for the sixth and final time, a small surge of pride hit me. I killed John. The JonTron.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
I killed John. The JonTron. Even if by accident. I handed my controller to Mai and sat back, completely satisfied. If it weren't for the fact that it was Mai's turn, I'd jump back in, eager to find other strategies for murdering my friends and potentially stirring up a hit list a mile long.
Girls addicted.
So this is the joy of games.
Yup. Specifically Smash.
Yup. That's why I got good at it. Some people would.
You should play Brawlhalla. It's free.
Ooh.
Brawlhalla free on any PC. I'd recommend playing with the controller.
Oh yeah, I always play with controllers.
So good.
After playing a few rounds, the official tournament started. People played one-on-one matches against each other, slowly thinning out the competition over time. Mai went before me, and was, rather unfairly, paired against Jared. Every blow he doled out to her was, in her mind, some form of actual physical contact, at least judging by the way she shivered when she was hit. And surprisingly, she died almost immediately. When I was the last person set to go against PBG, the others chuckled as we were past the controllers.
Don't worry, Hana. PBJ is the easiest of all of us. You're bound to beat him. Aw, come on, guys. Don't worry, Hana. I'll go easy on you.
I nodded as PBG picked the most level playing field. A small flat platform floating out in space. Box only, no items.
Final destination. Oh no,
Yep.
final smash only. Final smash only, no items.
The match started, and PBG graciously held his character still.
Go ahead and test your moves.
You're a great friend.
Aw, that's really nice of you, PBG.
Yeah, real nice.
I tested my moves, and while doing so, my hand brushed against the yellow stick. Kirby did a menacing low kick, and my eyebrows raised. That looked powerful.
Ready to go?
Yeah!
I think so. PBG charged at me across the screen, and when he came close enough for me to hit, I pushed the yellow stick in his direction. He flew across the screen. My mouth fell open. PBG grit his teeth.
Ugh.
I see how it is. No more Mr. Nice Guy then.
I partially doubted that PBG had a non-nice bone in his body, but the match had begun. It was a long battle, a surprisingly long battle. We seemed evenly matched, right up until the end when I smashed him off the screen with Kirby's hammer.
Well, what?
I set the controller down quietly, not particularly happy about having crushed PBG in my second ever match of Stomp. PBG nodded solemnly.
I guess I lost then.
Whoa!
Damn, Hana, that was some natural born talent right there.
I really don't think so.
Anyway, the next match is Shane versus Paul.
PBG remained quiet after that. It wasn't until the third round that he joined in the cheering with the rest of the guys. My match rolled around, but this time it was against Jared, and this time I lost in only a few minutes. I set the controller down, happy to no longer have responsibility over the life and death of inanimate pixels.
True.
As I did, I saw Paul lean in to whispered something to Shane, whose eyes flew wide open, and his face shut down.
Over my dead body.
The eyes slid to me, and I looked away. They were talking about me, weren't they? I scooted over to Mai, feeling more comfortable near her than any of the guys. We cheered for Jared right up until the very end. He lost to a supernaturally agile Shane, who was seemingly being fueled by a rage of 1,000 demonic toddlers.
So he was playing as Link?
Probably.
Everyone, that was a great round. Looks like we're in even better shape than last year. Well, all of us except PBG. That was uncalled for. Totally deserved. Anyways, I'm tired, so get out of my room. Please.
He grinned broadly, not finding anything wrong with how he somewhat summarily dismissed us. Mai and I gathered our things and left the room with the others who, laughing and jokingly, dispersed in all different directions. Together we shuffled home. We fell through the doorway exhausted, with barely enough energy to change into our PJs. Mai leaped under her bed with a happy sigh.
Oh, Hana, I'm so glad you came to Asagao.
As if this couldn't happen without me here. Mai shoved her face into a pillow emitted a muffled reply. Yeah, whatever you say. I fell into my bed, staring at the rungs that kept Mai and her mattress from collapsing onto me, and smothered me to death in the night. That was really fun. Video games are fun, Mai.
Really?
Really?
She shuffled around on top of her bed.
I mean, I thought it was okay. It was passable. Don't know if I'd call it super fun or anything.
Really?
No, I loved it. She chuckled.
Seems like you found your calling.
I'm sure I have. Above me, Mai yawned.
Let's just go to sleep.
Let's go to sleep. I'm exhausted.
Smiling, I got up and turned out our light.
Good night.
Good night, Hana.
Night, Mai. As the chill weather of early spring faded and warmth stretched across Asagao, I itched to go outside. With Sasha's book in hand, I took to the streets. Since many people realized how rare this moment was, most of the usual benches and grassy spots were taken. I kept walking until I came across a soccer field. There was a practice game being held, and PBG and his friend Jeff were running across the field. Being a skirmish, the bleachers were almost completely empty. Students scattered the shiny metal seats, but there were more than enough room for me. In one swift motion, practiced many times over my life, I sat down, spun my backpack onto the space next to me, and pulled out my book. I was nearly done with it, and I wanted to see if I could finish it today. It was due a few days ago, so I was under pressure. Pushing down on me. Pushing down on you. No man, asshole.
Wait, what?
No, it's one of the it's like a joke lyric that
Okay.
much like with so many other songs, there's just like the misheard lyrics that
Right.
are like really funny.
Right.
The actual lyric is no man asks for,
Okay.
but no man asshole.
What song is that?
It was by David, Under Pressure by David Bowie.
Oh, I'm not a David Bowie fan. Sorry.
I love David Bowie.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not.
I had a pause in my reading. I looked up and watched PBG out on the field. A shock of color at the base of the bleachers caught my eye. It looked like some kind of metallic candy wrapper, and a pang of annoyance struck me. There was a trash can nearby. Why litter? But as I jumped down the steps of the bleacher, I nearly slipped off one, it became clear that it wasn't trash. The colors changed as the angle of the light did. It was an iridescent purple figurine. itty bitty, and a kitty. Was it Gerard's? He was the only person I knew who collected them. I held it up to the nearest student, who shook his head. I was free for a while. Gerard was really into the IBK scene, so if it wasn't his, he probably knew who it belonged to. One problem. I had no idea where his room was. Conveniently, at that moment, PBG ran off the field for a drink. I approached him, holding the kitty in front of myself like a talisman.
Hey!
Hey, PBG, do you know Gerard's room number? I think he dropped this. I held up the kitty again as it glimmered in the sun, much like PBG just now with all the physical activity.
Oh, Gerard was just here. It has to be his. I asked him to bring me one of my goalie gloves. I wasn't ready to take McJones' place today. His room's right across from mine.
Oh, great. Thank you so much.
Hey!
Is this me? I forget.
No, it was me.
Okay.
Hurry it up, PBG.
Uh,
PBG groaned. It wasn't much of a break.
See ya.
Gotta go. Good luck.
He took a huge gulp of his water bottle, poured the rest on his head, and then jumped back into the game. His teammates pat him on the back as he rejoined them. I placed the IBK into my uniform's Lilliputian pocket and headed to Bluebell. It's a weird word.
I think that's a style of jacket.
Yeah.
It's a really weird word, though.
As I entered Bluebell House, a passing boy frowned at me. Was I even allowed here by myself? I shook my head. There was no time to be afraid. Today, I had a mission. Just as PBG said, there was a door right across from his room. I knocked and fished the IBK from my pocket.
There you go.
Shane answered the door, not at all pleased to see me. Hi, Shane, how are you? He was Gerard's roommate. Why, oh, why was he Gerard's roommate? I tried to laugh to diffuse the situation, but it was weak. I felt like I only was making things worse. I didn't know what went on in Shane's mind. He looked down at the IBK in my hands.
Gerard should be back in a few minutes.
Oh, okay, I'll just wait for him in the common room. When he gets back, you can tell him to try to find me? I could be downstairs. Even if it took Gerard an hour to get back, I could keep myself occupied. Shane sighed and leaned up against the doorframe. I could tell. Oh, sorry.
I could tell him, but it would be much easier if you waited in here.
He put his hand out, gesturing me inside. Alright, thanks. So one is clearly Shane's side.
Oh, that's funny. I like it. I love it. That's great. That's great. Alright. Continue.
I entered the room and stood smack in the middle of it. Shane plopped into a chair in front of what must have been his desk. I sat down in what I assumed to be Gerard's chair on the opposite side. Shane swiveled around and started to click something up on his laptop. Seeing as he wasn't much for small talk, I turned to observing the room. The room was well decorated, one could say. There were a lot of itty-bitty kitties, each arranged neatly with its brother in a similar design. Every empty space not filled with school-related objects was covered by the pads of a cute little cat, or at least the sealed box of one. Even parts of Shane's shelf had IBK on them. I had to admit, it was kind of endearing. Something about the dedication required was sweet.
Hey!
Do you collect IBK too?
Not really. They're Gerard's. I don't mind.
I see.
It's kind of niche. I'm surprised you're into them.
Oh, no. I don't collect them. I just found this one on the side of the field. PBG said Gerard was there earlier, so I came to find out whether it was his. My hasteness to disown the figure did not go unnoticed by Shane. He made a face at me. If it's not Gerard's, he'll probably know whose it is, right?
It's probably Gerard's.
I smoothed my thumb over the plastic kitty absent-mindedly. Shane returned to whatever he was doing online, and I conversed with the kitty in my head. Who's a pretty kitty? Who's a pretty kitty? You are! Gerard came back in the room 2 minutes later.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, Shane! And Hana! He held 2 coffees in his hand and suddenly turned pink. And what are you two doing in here? Alone? Together?
We're not doing anything. Hana was looking for you.
Really?
Really? How can I help you, Hana? He gave a coffee to Shane and offered me the other one. Here, take mine. I would have got one too if I known you were here. That's really nice of you, but no thanks. I just came to see if this was yours. For what felt like the 10th time in the last half hour, I displayed the itty-bitty kitty.
Oh, wow!
Oh, yes! Gerard almost dropped his coffee as he leaped forward. I lost this today. Where did you find it? It was near the field. PPG told me you were there earlier, so I wanted to give it back to you. I handed the figure back to Gerard, who looked about ready to kiss it.
You're the best.
Thank you, Hana, thank you. You didn't have to do this, but you did, and I don't know what I would have done without you. There wasn't any trouble. It looked pretty rare.
They're special.
It's not as rare as you would think, but it's still very special to me. I'm so glad that you were able to find this one. I should not have been so careless. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up over it. What matters is that you have it back.
Maybe zip up your pockets next time.
I promise.
You bet'll take loads of precautions to make sure this never happens again. He placed it delicately on the shelf with the other kitties that had the same iridescent properties. Gerard looked at me while I viewed his hard-earned assemblage.
Right.
Oh, duh, Gerard, you dummy. How rude of me not to at least introduce you to my collection. Sorry. In this room I have 247 itty-bitty kitties, of every shape and size.
Oh, jeez.
This is the newest set, the Catastrophes. They're a band. What?
Just keep going.
They're really popular right now. I treated my extra rare ones for these the other day. The one you brought back to me is from a set of 4 that are called the Opalescents. Currently, they're the only shiny ones. They're pretty. They were so pretty. My gaze fixed upon them. I'm just missing the last opalescent one, Princess Pumpernickel. I've tried everywhere, but no one has them in stock. There's only 3 copies in the world, so it's really not surprising. It's more surprising that I managed to get these ones. I have one of the most complete collections in the world. People think that the Kitties company gives me the newest figures, but I earn all my IBK. I can tell you that put in a lot of hard work. I'm amazed at how much effort you put into this. He sighed heavily and sat down on his bed.
Complete it.
Thanks, Hana. I just wish I could get the last figurine. I could finish my collection, and the kitties would all have their friends together in one place. I wish I could help. Don't worry about it, Hana. It's my battle to fight. I nodded, then glanced at my watch.
See you later.
Oh, I should go. I really wanted to finish my book today, but if you ever need help, I'm here. I stood up and waved to both of them.
Bye.
Bye, Hana. See you again.
Bye.
See ya.